Legal genius. There are smart people, there are quick-witted people, and then there are lawyers. Becoming a lawyer and passing the bar exam is one of the toughest academic feats out there. So, naturally, you'd expect these folks to be the creme de la creme of intelligence. But, well, not always. Back in 1984, a young lawyer showed up at a 4th of July office party in Chicago. At some point during the evening, he got into a heated debate with a colleague about the Olympics, of all things, and how do legal professionals settle disputes, with a hallway foot race, obviously. Now, a fun little detail. This lawyer needed glasses to see properly, but he took them off before the race. Wouldn't want them flying off, right? Also, his office was in a skyscraper with floor-to-ceiling glass panels. Oh, and they were on the 39th floor. You can probably guess where this is going, but he couldn't, literally. During the sprint, our young legal eagle lost his sense of direction and ran full speed into one of those massive glass windows. He may have lost the race, but he broke a record of his own, falling 400 feet in just 6 seconds. Arguably his fastest descent and final case. Explosive strategy. Have you ever heard of fishing with dynamite? As the name suggests, it involves tossing explosives into the water to stun or kill a bunch of fish, then collecting the floating haul. Dangerous? Definitely. Illegal? Usually. Effective? Sometimes. But none of that mattered to two geniuses from Illinois who decided to try this brilliant technique one Sunday in 1998. These two buddies climbed into a 14-foot aluminum boat and paddled out to the middle of Fox Lake. They lit a quarter stick of dynamite, tossed it in the water, and waited for the fish to rise. There was just one problem. They threw it downwind. A few seconds later, their boat drifted right over the live explosive. The resulting blast blew a massive hole in their boat, which promptly sank about 90 meters from shore. It's unclear whether one of them lost consciousness from the blast or simply couldn't swim, but either way, he didn't make it back. On the bright side, he did find out what the fish felt. Umbrella tactics. In 1999, one of the most jaw-dropping Darwin Awards, quite literally, was reportedly handed to an unnamed performer from Bonn, Germany. The story goes that he was a professional sword swallower who could slide all sorts of long objects down his throat. Swords, balloons, even umbrellas. But one day, while showing off his skills with a closed umbrella, he accidentally hit the automatic open button on the handle. While it was still in his throat, the umbrella opened inside his throat. While the performer was officially awarded a Darwin, the story has a few holes. For starters, the first report popped up in 1997, not 1999. Then it resurfaced again in different years. And to make things murkier, the exact same accident allegedly happened to a poor soul named Boris in New Jersey in 2007. The problem? No obituaries, no death records, no real proof. Either the story keeps repeating itself, or umbrella swallowing is a surprisingly common hobby with surprisingly few survivors. Trash dive. We've established that people can be pretty dumb. But you know what makes them even dumber? Alcohol. And thanks to a generous amount of booze, one 25-year-old man from Calgary, Canada, earned himself a Darwin Award in the year 2000. He and his friends had been drinking, and the party eventually moved to someone's apartment. At some point during the night, someone shouted, "Who wants to ride the indoor water slide?" Spoiler. It wasn't a water slide. It was the building's garbage chute. Tragically, our intoxicated hero took the offer. In his drunken state, he failed to realize that this thrilling ride ended in a trash compactor. Not that it really mattered, because the chute dropped straight down for 12 stories, over 30 meters of vertical freefall. I'm not sure diving headfirst into garbage was worth the Darwin Award. But hey, he really committed to hitting rock bottom. Sheet Showdown. Prison breaks in movies always look slick. Clean escapes, daring plans, barely a scratch. But real-life prison breaks? They're a lot dumber. Just ask one inmate from the Allegheny County Jail back in 1997. Tired of doing his time the old-fashioned way, he decided it was time for a dramatic exit. His master plan? Tie together stolen bed sheets, smash the supposedly shatterproof window in his cell, and rappel down the side of the building like a DIY Spider-Man. But there were two small problems. First, his sheet rope was 18 meters long, but his cell was on the 17th floor, leaving him dangling roughly 27 meters above the ground. Second, he forgot to clear the jagged glass shards from the broken window frame. As he climbed out and began his descent, the glass shredded the sheets, the rope snapped, and he plummeted to his death from the height of an 8-story building. Some call it a jailbreak. Others just call it gravity-assisted stupidity. Like and subscribe. See you in the next video.